What if people actually kept their New Year's resolutions? Imagine waking up on December 31st and realizing you actually did it. That gym membership you bought in January, you used it consistently all year. The book you promised to write, it's finished. The habit you swore you'd break, it's gone. Learning that language, saving that money, fixing that relationship, all of it actually happened instead of becoming another broken promise you make to yourself every January. This is Imagine That. And today we're exploring what would actually change if people kept their New Year's resolutions, and why the failure rate being over 80% says more about how we approach change than about our willpower. The transformation we're missing. Picture January 2nd. Gyms are packed with people who actually stick around past February. That initial motivation doesn't evaporate after 2 weeks. It transforms into routine. By March, what felt like discipline becomes habit. By December, they're not the same people who made the resolution. They're physically, mentally, and emotionally transformed. Now multiply that across millions of people and every resolution category. Finances stabilize as people follow through on budgets and savings plans. Relationships improve as people invest the time they promised. Creative projects get completed because consistent effort accumulates into finished work. The compound effect doesn't just change individuals, it ripples outward. Healthier people reduce healthcare costs. Financially stable people strengthen economies. Better relationships create stronger communities. Why we fail, resolutions built on fantasy, but here's why 80% of resolutions fail by February. We treat them like magic spells instead of commitments requiring infrastructure. We declare, I'm going to lose 30 pounds without addressing why we gain them. We announce, I'm writing a novel without creating daily writing time. Resolutions fail because their outcomes disguised as plans. Get fit isn't a plan. It's a destination with no map. Save more money means nothing without specific amounts and automated systems. Be a better person is so vague it's essentially a wish thrown into a fountain. We also pick resolutions based on who we think we should be rather than who we actually are. You choose the gym because society values fitness, not because you enjoy movement. When resolutions aren't rooted in authentic desire, they collapse the moment motivation fades. What actually enables kept promises? Here's what works. Specific plans replacing vague intentions. Exercise 3 times per week at 6 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Beats get in shape. Concrete behaviors, scheduled times, identified locations. This is how intentions become actions. Environment design matters more than motivation. If your resolution is eating healthier, but your pantry is full of junk food, you're fighting an uphill battle. People who keep resolutions change their environments to make the desired behavior easier and competing behaviors harder. When you consistently do what you said you'd do, you build self-trust. That voice in your head that says you'll quit anyway gets quieter. The shame spiral of broken promises stops draining your energy. This self-trust compounds. Successfully keeping one resolution makes the next one easier, because you have evidence that you're capable of following through. The real problem, if people actually kept their New Year's resolutions, we'd be living in a fundamentally different society. But we don't because we keep approaching resolutions the same way. Big declarations, minimal planning, motivation-dependent execution, and inevitable failure. The problem isn't that change is impossible, it's that we're using the wrong tools. New Year's resolutions fail, not because people are weak, but because resolutions as we practice them are structurally designed to fail. They're wishes masquerading as commitments, outcomes pretending to be plans. What if instead of grand resolutions, we made tiny, specific, sustainable commitments? What if we focused on systems instead of goals, on identity instead of outcomes, on daily practice instead of dramatic transformation? The people who successfully change aren't more disciplined, they're more strategic. They understand that kept promises require infrastructure, that motivation is unreliable, that environment shapes behavior more than willpower ever will. You don't need a New Year's resolution. You need a realistic plan, an honest assessment of your actual desires, and systems that make following through easier than giving up. The change you want is possible, just not the way you've been trying to get there.